Hi, I'm Janae DeVica with Cafe Janae, and I'm here at the beautiful lodge in Gallatin, Missouri at Morel Ranch. Welcome to our kitchen. I'm going to show you how to make a very simple raspberry sorbetto that is to die for. We're only going to put 3 ingredients in here. It's only going to take 5 minutes, and you can have the most delicious sorbetto you've ever tasted in your life. We're going to start out with fresh raspberries. Raspberries are very high in vitamin C. They're one of the highest antioxidant foods available. You can tell by their bright red color that they're full of vitamins. Any vegetable or fruit that has a really bright and vibrant color, those have the most antioxidant content in them of all the fruits and vegetables. So raspberries are great. They're an anti-cancer food. They're great for building your immune system. And anytime you can use raspberries, especially when they're organic and in season, it's a great way to go. We're also going to use another really high antioxidant food, which is pomegranates. Now, if you can get just plain pomegranate juice that hasn't been sweetened, that's your best bet. We're going to sweeten it with some agave nectar. You can also use honey or stevia if you like to sweeten this sorbetto. Now, I think you're going to be amazed how simple this is to make a 5-minute ice cream that you can wow your friends and family with. Just pour the raspberries into the blender. Then we're going to mix in a little bit of pomegranate juice, some agave nectar, blend it up, and then put it in the ice cream maker. And in just a few minutes, we'll have a really delicious, tasty treat. So there's your raspberries, pomegranate juice. Take that little leaf out of there. Now, depending on how sweet your raspberries are, you're going to use more or less of the agave nectar. So I'm just going to start with putting a little bit in, maybe a half a cup, and then we'll taste it and decide if we want to put a little bit more agave nectar in there. All right, you want to make sure that you blend it up enough that all the seeds are liquefied. You don't want chunky seeds in your raspberry sorbetto. So just make sure it's blended up enough, and then we'll taste it to test the sweetness. You can also make this same sorbetto with any type of fresh or frozen fruit. So you can make it with peaches or pineapple, strawberries, whatever your favorite fresh fruit or berry is, you can make this same sorbetto in any flavor you like. Okay, that's really good. Needs a little bit more sweetness. Now remember, if you don't want to add extra agave or honey, and you want a 0 glycemic index and 0 calorie sweetener to enhance the sweetness of something, you can use a little bit of stevia. So we'll just put a few drops of stevia extract liquid in, and that will just enhance the sweetness without giving us extra sugar. All right, let's taste it one more time just to make sure it's exactly how we like it. That is fantastic. All right, let's pour it in our ice cream maker now. These ice cream makers are really convenient. They're compact. All you do is you put this little tumbler into your freezer, freeze it for 24 hours. Then when you're ready to make ice cream, simply pull it out of the freezer, fill it up with your ice cream. Put in the little spatula, lid on, and turn on the ice cream maker. 20 minutes later, you've got ice cream. We'll come back later to see how it turned out. Okay, we're back, and we have several different kinds of ice creams that we've made. We've got a delicious raspberry pomegranate sorbetto, a dairy-free, sugar-free vanilla, and a coconut chocolate. I really love the combination of these 3 flavors, or you can eat them on their own, and they're just as delicious. Now, if you have an ice cream maker, I showed you how to put the batter into the ice cream maker. It just goes for 20 minutes, and then you've got your frozen ice cream. If you don't have an ice cream maker, you can simply pour it into a dish like I've done with this raspberry pomegranate sorbet. You put it in the freezer, let it freeze, and then all you need to do is give it like 10 minutes out of the freezer just to soften up a little bit, and then you can scoop it out just like regular ice cream. So you don't even need an ice cream maker. You can still make these delicious ice creams just by having a pan and putting it in your freezer. Let's scoop these up, and I'll show you one of my favorite ways to eat these ice creams. Now, these ice creams are made from nuts and coconut and fresh fruit and dried fruit and all sorts of really healthy, nutrient-dense items. So you can feel comfortable eating these for breakfast or snack or any time of the day you want. And really what you're getting is whole food and raw food nutrition with a dessert. So you really can have your cake and eat it too, because with these desserts, it's just like eating a really healthy meal, but it's in tasty dessert style. Now, see how with this, with the raspberry sorbetto, if you don't put it in the ice cream maker, it makes it a little more icy, but it's still like really workable, and you can still make it work. It just doesn't work out quite as creamy as if you have the ice cream maker. So I love to put all these flavors together in a bowl, sprinkle it with fruit that complements the different flavors. So the raspberries really complement the chocolate, the blueberries and the raspberries both complement the vanilla. The raspberries obviously complement the raspberry pomegranate ice cream. Gives you a really stunning visual display. And then you've got even more fresh fruit and antioxidants in your dessert, which could totally be suitable for any meal of the day or any treat. You can eat this guilt-free. It's delicious, it's easy, it's quick, and that's really the way healthy food should be. I hope you've enjoyed learning how to make different kinds of ice cream with Cafe Janae. Thanks for joining us.